So I'm going to give you a very brief introduction to Zoom, what it is, how you can use it, how you can log in, preparing a Zoom, the different types of participants, and then finally accessing a Zoom recording. So Zoom is used to set up a space for people to communicate. In the sense that we'll be using it at university is usually a lecturer will be presenting and the students will be listening in. Now at UCL there's a paid subscription, so you can have up to 300 participants in your Zoom. To log into that UCL Zoom, you need to go to ucl.zoom.us. Like that. You'll take to this screen here, sign in, and then you'll be taken to your Zoom home page. Okay, this is your profile. Now to know that you are logged in with your Zoom UCL account, you'll have 300 participants here. Okay, so that's logging in. Now it's preparing. So we'll go to our meetings here, and then you can schedule a meeting. So you can then name it test meeting for presentation. You can add a description here if you want. This will be hosted by Marcus. When's this going to run? Okay, so I'm going to decide to run it tomorrow at, my lecture time is 11. It's going to go for 1 hour, but what happens if it goes over 1 hour and you've set it 1 hour here? Nothing, doesn't matter, it's not an issue. You could run for 6 hours, it's okay. This is just to set as a calendar in the student's timeline, okay? So then we can remove passcode, remove waiting room, and then you can assign breakout rooms if you want to pre-assign them, require authenticated users to join. However, if you're having a guest lecturer from outside of the UCL email address domain, then if that's ticked, they won't be able to use it. You'll need to change it, okay? So you can go leave blank if you have guests. Save, and now you can share this with onto your Moodle page or with students or colleagues. And I will show in a later video how to embed Zoom meetings into Moodle directly, which is the preferred method because then it's recorded automatically to LectureCast. Now there are different types of participants. You can see here the word host and participant. So host is someone who has control of the meeting. There's only ever one host. Participant is what you can imagine a student is, so they can ask a question, but they can't take control of the screen, they can't control breakout rooms. There's also a co-host, so you can set a co-host in the meeting, and they have similar roles to the host, but they cannot start the meeting or start breakout groups, but they can admit users from waiting room, they can share their screen, and they can stop and start the recording. And then there's also alternative host. An alternative host is if we go back to editing this meeting, you'll see down the very bottom there's an alternative host here, and if they have a UCL email address, then you can send them a link and they can actually begin the meeting. So they're similar to a co-host except with extra ability to begin the meeting. And then once you've given your lecture and you wish to collect the recording, you'd go to recordings, and then the most recent you can go to is here, so share. Okay, then you could share it onto Moodle. So if you remove the passcode protection, it works much better. And then if you wanted to download just the individual video, you click on the name there, and then you can download that straight to your computer, okay?